That's right, folks. It's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle grab bag. And tonight we're pulling out, like the Ark folks, it's a pair. What do you know? It's Don't Tell Franklin and, oh wow, Sight for Sore Eyes, oh Begorra, what do we have here? It's Secret Admirer. Wow, what the unique pairing from JGI at Home, Episode 3.
Dragon, I just want you to promise me something, all right?
Yeah?
Don't tell Sandy. Just don't tell Sandy, Dragon.
Oh, I won't.
Dragon, I'm serious.
Oh,
Don't tell Sandy.
Yeah.
All right. He's our Franklin, apparently. All right. Anyways, hey folks, how you doing? Nice to be back on the Just Giggle It grab bag this week. Wonderful show for you tonight. We've got an Emma Leonard exclusive. We've got an Alex Poncio bit. Let's get the ball rolling here, Dragon. Where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start with Don't Tell Franklin. Originally it was called Franklin, but then they spiced it up. I've been doing that a lot with these sketches as they've been pulling them out again. I gotta tell you, Don't Tell Franklin. It's not bad. So Don't Tell Franklin.
Yeah.
Or Franklin, however you feel about it. Let's set the ambiance.
Right. So,
this week, honestly, in our selection process, Poncio's been tearing it up this last week. He's been on the ball, man. Poncio, he's been doing his little gaming, covering the whatever the recent, I think it was the Xbox Con or something.
Yeah, the Xbox game reveals.
Yes, the game reveals. I wonder what his opinion is on the recent Nintendo stuff. I've been hearing some rumors about.
I'm sure it's not great.
I mean, this Luigi stuff, but anyway, let's not dwell on that. Point being. Point is, Poncio's been on the ball, and of course, he joined Joshua Thomas recently on the epic return for Creating Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is so of course I love we continue to have the opening the arc with the openings for JGI at Home, especially episode 3 by this point, where Poncio just basically, at the end of the opening for episode 3, Poncio's just kind of sitting there trying to, he's hooked on Animal Crossing, and he's tasked with, aren't you going to try, Alex? And he's like, yeah, what am I going to do? What am I going to make? So again, I love this is kind of like the result of, again, it's kind of a great mid-ground of Poncio kind of like, pulling from his back pocket as well as Poncio. He is trying, but again, it's like, it's kind of a mixture of the comedy in quarantine along with, kind of a little bit of skelly bones.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Can I give you a little bit of an update on how I'm doing with my Animal Crossing journey?
I regret this, but sure.
All right, so I stopped playing about a month ago, and Dragon, I swear to God, every time I see footage of it, every time I hear music for it, I get PTSD shivers. Like, that game wasted so much of my life, and I got nowhere with my island, and that is 300 hours I will never get back, and all the NPCs have the same dialogue trees. I'm just like, Dragon, that game is a cult. That game is a cult, and I got out of the cult. That's how I feel about that game right now. Anyways.
Yeah, so this one, overall, it's kind of a nice little thing here. Where again, this is Poncio trying, but the same token, caught up in Animal Crossing. So that's kind of what the end result of this one feels like in a really fun way. It's like the more successful version of his first sketch with comedy in quarantine. That one's self-shot, not so great, but we kind of take that and we continue the trend of all the JGI players playing opposite themselves with Joshua Thomas for Gwen Benavides or Piper Henson with the quarantine cookie. The whole shebang. So a lot of self-shot kind of close-up acting against himself here is done really well.
It's as if we're living in 2012 YouTube, Dragon. I don't say that in a bad way. Some of those sketches are classic.
Right. Okay, so that said, let's break it down. So we have two Poncios on a couch. Now we have one with glasses and the other one without glasses. And here's what I'm going to do for him. Just so we don't have to get lost on who's who here. I'm going to call the one with glasses Alex, because many times off camera, Alex Poncio wears glasses. And the other one, Poncio.
Okay, so the one with glasses is Alex?
Yes, the one with glasses is Alex. The other one, Poncio!
All right. I'll try to keep up with that, Dragon. No guarantees.
Anyway. Okay, so presumably they're roommates. Well, we know that they're roommates discussing a secret.
Let me tell you a secret.
Yes,
And then they kind
Poncio,
of just
he's saying,
they kind of
"Hey,
just like lean into each other, like kind of do the silly whispering with each other.
yes." And again, of course, it's kind of Poncio making himself into two people. He's using minimalism very well in this, where again he's kind of selling you on. He is having a conversation with himself. Again, it's like very rudimentary, but it gets the job done nicely.
Mhm.
So anyway, so basically Poncio is like he has the secret, so he's telling Alex, like he whispers a secret. And again, honestly, it's kind of like it's like When Ben Evita. Well, actually, like the Last Dance parody with Josh Thomas. This is kind of a deconstruction of Alex Poncio, where he's one side of him is the Alex is the eager beaver. He's very excited. Then we have like the calm, cool, collected professional that is Poncio on the right, and then we have kind of the broad kind of byproduct, which is Franklin.
Franklin is absolutely all of Poncio's like pent up childish comedic energy.
Exactly. So like all three of them parts of one glorious Poncio.
Right. Oh man, this is I didn't know how deep the psychological Poncio rabbit hole went with
Oh,
this
I could
one,
go
Dragon.
deeper, but we have other
Oh
things to
God.
get to, so I can't do that. So anyway, so Alex is delighted, and he's very giggly, and then like Poncio's going, "Oh, I know, right? That's good." And then of course Alex, through the majority of the sketch here, he's going, "I got to tell somebody." So Poncio's upset by this, like, "What? No, don't tell him, no." So he's playing the relatability of basically he's playing the very relatable. The purpose of a secret is to keep it versus the town gossip who you tell the secret to, who is all about. Alex loves the secret in regards to gossip. Like, oh, it's like he's like the telephone secret guy. Like you whisper to the other guy
Right. Yeah. Just
along the
let me
way.
pass it on. Just let me pass it on to one more person. Just let me do my part in this gossip chain.
Exactly. Where Ponce is like, no, a secret by definition, you don't tell anyone.
Come on, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
So then Franklin enters, the third roommate, who, this, just to clarify, this is Poncio, dressed as a clown with these big shoes and,
my
awesomely, these big I love the big gloves so much. The big gloves so
God.
so it's like, hey guys, what's going on here? Oh god, he feels like he just fell out of the Alex Poncio acting reel they put up on Just Giggle a while back. That's what he really feels like. It's like he's comes from like the baby sketch, like, hey, big boy, like that. I forget what the the mother and the child sketch. That
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. All right. So Alex wants to tell Franklin. So that's the kind of the driving force of the comedy here. Don't tell him. He's great.
Great. He's great. He's a roommate.
Franklin. So
Don't
the delivery.
tell him. He's the worst person to tell a secret to.
Absolutely, and also just to kind of note here, I love the delivery makes or breaks the sketch. So that's the thing; it's basically a guy talking to himself multiple times, which can get really boring if he doesn't really kind of hit the beats or hit like the personality traits well. And I think he does. A few names would have helped, but outside of that, we're doing really well so far. So then we have this hilarious literalization of all the euphemisms for telling secrets. I know, this is just hysterical. So he's the worst person to tell a secret to. So now look. So then we periodically cut to Franklin, and basically Franklin's holding these two bags of pinto beans. Oh, these two bags of. Sorry, I love Ricardo Montalban saying pinto beans.
Pinto beans.
Anyway, so so Franklin drops a bag of the pinto beans on the ground. Oh no! I spilled the beans!
I bet Dragon, if Just Giggle had cutaway gags, they'd cut away to Willem Dafoe. Why'd you have to go and spill your beans?
That's the only way you make that movie more watchable, is if Poncio is in there with Dafoe. That's the only way.
Oh, hell yes! Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh my God! I mean, Defoe would just run rampant with Poncio, and poor Poncio would just have to just take the brunt of it. So, are you sure you want to watch that?
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I was thinking like he's adding him as the third in the room, just like
Oh, the
Franklin
third in the
first.
room. Okay, that makes sense. That
That's what
makes
I was
more
thinking a
sense.
little bit
Yeah.
more along the lines that basically like, he would be like the
Just like
guy, like the
Willem
dip.
Dafoe is just trying to just totally dehumanize this guy,
Yeah.
and then like in the corner he's like, "Oh, hey Alex, how you doing? Want to go grab a beer later?"
Or again, like a la Franklin, again, he's not in the clan after or anything. Basically, be like he had actually spilling a can of beans or something. Like, oh,
Oh
sorry.
God! All right, all right.
Anyway, okay, flights of fantasy aside here, let's get back on point. So Alex, yet again, is like, come on, he's bursting at the
Oh
seams.
yeah, oh yeah.
To tell, he's bursting at the seams. He's doing that really well here. I have to tell somebody a secret. So then Franklin, oh, this is great. So Franklin found a bag in the living room, and what's in the bag, Tiki?
It's a cat,
Which
which you
then jumps
let
out of the
out
bag.
of the bag.
I let the cat out of the bag, and again, the gloves are so funny. Then Poncio says he's gonna tell everybody. And now we have this periodic runner too. This one's like one of these random. See, Joshua Thomas and Alex Ponce have this fun runner that it's dissipated since, but it's like a gag only. It's an inside joke only they know about. Where it's like Ponce off camera would say rat, rat. So this is
Oh
kind of
God.
in line with like one of those gags. It's something that's like it's a non sequitur. It's a weird gag. It's funny as all get out though. I mean, I don't get it fully, but it's funny. Where
Mhm.
we just have like in the heat of this like secret based conversation, Ponzi saying somebody's sawing outside my window. Feels like an ad lib. If it is, it's a good one.
I get the feeling that when he was recording this, there probably was literally someone sawing outside his window.
Who's sawing at this time of year? That's my question.
I'm just saying, it sounds like a realistic production problem to have when you're filming from home, Dragon.
I think you're right. Here's the weird thing. I can't even hear the song, but I hear you though. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So,
that's because they edited it out, man. They're professionals.
right. Okay. So let's see. So I'm gonna tell him. Don't tell him, please.
Oh God.
Victor Zaz is approving that, please. Like there's an A plus, please, right there. Okay, so Franklin is then leaking. Basically, as in leaking the secret. Get it?
Oh God.
Well, anyways, you hear like a leak, like a toilet sound. You're like it's draining, like the back of the thing's draining or something. So he's fine. Come on, trust me. Trust me. Please, I have to tell somebody. Somebody's sawing again. That I think we had from the other guy, from Alex at this point. Someone's sawing. Like, fine, go ahead, says Poncio. This is okay. So then that's secret time. To quote Bert Kreischer, it's secret time.
Okay, here's a secret. Happy birthday, Franklin!
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Franklin!
happy birthday, Franklin! Yeah, that was the secret. Happy birthday, Franklin!
They're very pleasant. They're like, thank you. And then a beat goes by, and then Poncio says, also, you have to find a new roommate. We found a new roommate. You have to move out.
Oh, understandable. Toodaloo.
He took it so. That's what cracks. He just took it so well. It wasn't like crying, right? You were thinking like maybe it was going to go the sad clown direction. I mean, maybe that's half the reason he was dressed as a clown because you're expecting it to go again. I got to tell you, it's just now dawning on me. Again, Poncio, for the longest time with our Poncio runners, in many respects, is modeled after Pagliacci. So seeing Poncio dressed as a clown, but not a sad clown, very, very important distinction. They're saying Poncio is a clown. I don't know. It feels like something that could be mined. I don't know. Anyway, so he took it so toodaloo, and then oh, my neighbor's sawing again. Dang it! That's sketch.
All right, and let's move right on along to Emma Leonard's sketch, Secret Admirer.
Yes,
you can hear me, okay, right, Dragon?
I can. I can't see Secret Admirer though.
I know. I'm just checking the audio right now.
I can hear you fine.
There we go.
Ah, there we go. Ambiance. I dig it.
Ambiance. Yes. All right.
Hey, I just realized we have a causal link here. Secrets. Huh?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, so this one was written, directed, and edited by Emma Leonard. This one actually
I could just see like a promotion for this, like with Emma Leonard popping in, like, "Oh, well, what's your secret for me, Alex? Find out on the next double dose of Just Giggle It."
Yeah, if only we could have promos, but
I know,
yes.
right?
Okay, so this was also featured in JGI at Home episode 3. Again, we're kind of in that section of our thing now. Now, fun backstory on this. So, like Skelly Bones, like Poncio Skelly Bones, again, connective tissue, folks, like Skelly Bones. This was a pre-existing sketch that was kind of donated in quotes to JGI at Home.
Nice.
It was made for the ITS. ITS is Improv Theatre Sydney. Basically, Emma Leonard, it's, kind of an Australian descent, Aussie actor, if you will. She is basically she entered this as part of a sketch competition, I believe, in April. It was part of like like this 48-hour film festival. Do you ever hear about those things?
Sure.
This is like one of those for sketch comedy. I know Josh Thomas has done like the 48-hour film things. I don't know if he's ever done one for comedy. I assume he must have. But the point being, like that sort of thing here. Basically, she had 48 hours to. She was tasked within 48 hours to write, record a sketch with a theme. The theme this time was knock, as in like knocking, which of course the whole thing starts off with the door. So that's basically what her task was. And I guess looking to get the old JGI gang back together. Hey, she's got a sketch ready.
Okay, nice.
This was also shot during the pandemic, as it's kind of noted within the thing, in case anyone didn't pick up on that. Okay, let's get started.
All right, so set the stage, Dragon.
Okay, so we got Emma and her roommate, I presume roommate, otherwise I don't know how safe that is. Emma and her roommate Catherine, Catherine Richardson. A little PSA for the kids out there. Catherine Richardson, or her kind of co-star here. They don't really have names. It was going Emma and Catherine. So Catherine, they're hanging out. They're watching videos on the laptop. They're snacking it up. There's a knock at the door. Knock at the door, and it's a delivery. Oh, leave it at the door. Again, being safe, kids. Leave it at the door. So Emma, she goes to the door. She opens it up, and what does she find?
Just a whole big old bag of flowers, Dragon. Just a big freaking thing of flowers. Just
bouquet of flowers, folks.
Yeah, bouquet. That's the word I'm looking
big,
for.
Like I instantly go with bouquet, but by the same token, it's a really big. It's even it's like a bouquet plus.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. I never got the whole flowers thing. I still don't get it. Why do women love flowers?
Dude, I don't know.
Anyway, the point being, flowers.
Do you think I understand women, Dragon? Really?
No, I'm just making a note. Do you also find this matter confused? That's why I'm trying to. Like, am I crazy?
You know what? I will go with a stuffed animal every time over flowers.
I know, right? At least I get fake flowers because at least they're going to last a while. But the real flowers. Anyway, the point being, flowers are a key point of all this. So we have a very happy, very pleasantly surprised Emma here. Oh, no name. I must have a secret admirer. Probably Poncio on the right side of the couch there, because he's the one with the secrets. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God. And then her roommate here is just like, what makes you think you have the secret admirer? What makes you think
they're for you?
They're for you, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, of course they could be for you, but you just don't really get out much. It's a global pandemic. You're not getting out either.
Neither are you at all. Also, here's the thing. Here's the great thing with the comedy here. It's kind of the inherent. There's especially in offices, there's an inherent flower jealousy. Whenever someone delivers like a giant bouquet of flowers, there's always some jealousy. And I basically think they were kind of mining the whole. There's just an inherent flower jealousy amongst women many a time. Whenever there's like a surprise delivery. It's basically we're kind of using that comedy premise in the JGI spirit. Let's amp that up to the nth degree. So it's very fun in that regard. So
Emma Leonard saying she's been connecting with a lot of people on Hinge. That's kind of a disturbing line, considering that's the dating app I signed up for after all my shit this week, Dragon. So that's kind of weird that's in there. Anyways.
I gotta tell you this. How do you feel about the sound? I felt the sound was a little echoey on.
It was bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to make out some of this because I didn't hear Hinge at all.
Sound design is bad.
I didn't know what Hinge was because I couldn't really hear it over the.
Yeah, Hinge is a dating app.
I now know that, but thank you. Yes. So again, she's like, I've got an admirer too. So like, yeah, like. Probably that Belgian guy with the hairless cat. Probably your Paul, your quote unquote boyfriend.
Oh God.
So Catherine calls Paul. Calls Paul. Calls Paul. Sorry, tall Paul gag. Anyway, so Catherine calls Paul.
Wow. That
You know, I'm
was
the
a
only one who
lame deep cut, Dragon.
I'm not the only one who appreciates the Sherman brothers in this room. A little respect. Anyway. So,
But tall Paul of all things.
but how often do we get a Paul? That's what I'm.
All
Anyway,
right, fair
so
enough, fair enough.
she calls Paul. Anyway, the point being, Catherine, she calls Paul. It was there.
All right,
She
all right.
calls Paul, and she's about to ask him if, hey, Paul, did you send me flowers? And now, before she can answer, what happens to her?
She gets knocked the heck out.
Like, it's either a hockey stick or like a Samoan weapon because it has like this really pleasant carving on it, like a little turtle,
Right,
which makes
right.
me
I
think it
think
might
it's
be
some
like a
sort of
Samoan.
Samoan weapon. Yeah, something
Right.
like that, like a hook or something.
Yeah. It has like a little point at the end of it. So I don't think it's a straight hockey stick. Anyway, the point it's either the world's fanciest, most eloquently designed hockey stick or something Samoan. Okay. So Emma then explains on the phone, very terrifying. I love how wonderfully darkly framed this all is. So yeah, she knocked her out and like took the phone. And Emma explains to Paul that it's really embarrassing when this happens. Next time you want to send me flowers, you put a card on it or something. So I don't. And here's the comedy line. So I don't keep doing this. The idea that she's done this before it just points out this. It's so wonderfully funny yet disturbing. Just paints such a wonderful picture that God, she's done this other times to other people with flower deliveries.
Then we have a knock on the door. Hello, sorry, wrong address. Flowers are for someone else or for
next door. Which is hilarious. I love Emma's response. Again, she's doing so much like this AI response is kind of the pause here. Like she's like looking around, like she's putting it together. As Paul then asks the very logical, very terrifying question: did you just murder my girlfriend? So of course, we have the shot of her on the floor. Now there is no blood, but by the same token, I'm sure they want to stain the floors. And given the end of this thing, I mean, we don't know. We don't have all the details. She might be okay.
It's at the very least ambiguous.
It is. Might be okay. Might not be okay. At the very least, she's got a concussion, which isn't good.
Yeah.
So, Emma's saying, as anyone would in this position, oh, she'll be fine. Probably send us some flowers or something. Hangs up. Then this is some great. We have some great gags here with the whole zoom of it all, like the whole calling. See the whole digital age we're in right now in 2020. We've doubled down on in 2020. Rate the quality of this video chat, and of course, he gives it one star because my girlfriend died. Now, there is a mistake at the end of this thing. There's one little nitpick I have aside from the sound. At the end of it, you can see Emma teeing the whole thing up because it doesn't just cut after girlfriend died. You have to see her like click not now because basically she can't really send this thing or else there are going to be problems. I'm sure.
I saw it. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think this might have gotten cut out on JGI at home. I'm not sure. I mean, I know like you saw the thing go up, but I don't know if maybe Josh cut that out on the when piecing it together. I'm not sure. Point being, little thing on the actual source video if you find it. Okay.
All right, so final thoughts, Dragon. Final thoughts for Franklin. I honestly love Franklin. I think Franklin was probably the best Poncio bit that we got in the JGI at home run. I just love the idea of Poncio as this kind of blissfully, socially unaware clown, the outfit and everything. I think the back and forth humor is really charming and funny. I think the punchline's great. Secret Admirer, on the other hand, it's got a funny premise. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of something like 912 back in the day, where really the whole premise of the sketch was just like, yeah, something dark's going to go down, and the character's just going to kind of have to sit with the dark thing that they did, and that's kind of the whole joke, you know what I mean? So, you know, I don't think I quite gravitate towards the humor of the of Secret Admirer quite as much as Don't Tell Franklin. And like you said, there are, you know, frankly, some pretty glaring audio issues with Secret Admirer. But it's still a really fun sketch. You know, I always appreciate when JGI is short but sweet and really gets to the point with what they're trying to say. And this is a good example of that. So yeah, overall, a pretty, pretty solid week of sketches, Dragon.
And final thoughts for me on Don't Tell Franklin. Again, I really do enjoy the runner of JGI at Home, where it's this arc of Poncio's effort within the sketches. So again, kind of seeing it continue with something like this, kind of built into the DNA of these Poncio sketches, is a really great idea, and also doubly validates the the openings to JGI at Home, which the all that of it all, which is really good. Uh, Again, we kind of prove that while limited, Ponsu can really deliver, man. While limited with the resources, only himself to act with, he's doing a great job there. Again, I'll admit that I had one issue, but I've kind of reconciled. I had an issue in the punchline for Franklin because he creates a bit of a logic issue with the setup where if the secret's just it's his birthday and he's going to move out, it's not really that much like what are you worried about it getting out for? But I guess the
I
gag.
feel like the whole gag is that this is like, at least this is the way I read it, Dragon.
Yeah.
Is that they're doing this whole like stupid back and forth, like, no, don't tell him, like in front of Franklin as sort of like a performance act. You know what I mean? It's like almost like a fake argument that they're having in front of Franklin.
I didn't think of it that way. That's good, but here's what I came out with, and basically the way I made it work for myself. I
Okay.
think your way's good too. Is that I kind of ended up with. I think basically the secret is well we don't want him to know it's his birthday because he's going to play it up. Perhaps maybe that was it. Like don't tell him it's his birthday. I don't know. It's your way's probably correct. Anyway, okay, Secret Admirer. Again, despite being kind of a gimme sketch, I don't mean that in a negative way. It just was kind of already done, so it was kind of like that was already done. Just kind of found its way into JJ at Home. Go figure. It's nice to see Emma Leonard again, man. She's great. It's great to see her. She's not on JGI all the time. When she is, man, she really delivers, and it's nice to see her, especially given Joshua Thomas. He's still putting those finishing touches on Earth's Do Over, the next
Oh,
big
yeah.
collaboration with her. Might be a pilot for a show. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, Earth's Do Over. So it looks interesting with that. It's a nice satire. Basically, I think it's a nice satire beneath like a simple premise of flower delivery gone awry. So it's nice. It's no Franklin. I know this probably has better production values, but by the same token, you can't beat. Oh no! I spilled the beans. You can't beat that. All right.
All right.
That does it this week until the next exciting reach into the Just Giggle grab bag.
I let the cat out of
Out
the
of the
bag.
bag.